Sorry about that. I was interrupted. Where was I? Yeah, yes. One of the most important issues to be confronted here is the issue of human excellence. Virtually all the material we've read so far in the heroic and the chivalric worlds has had to do with the consideration of what good things, what great things people are capable of. How excellently can we behave ourselves in virtuous terms or in moral or ethical terms. The poetry, to a great extent, has spoken to that issue, and so one of the essay topics that I've proposed for you is human excellence versus human frailty. You have a variety of characters to choose from who can serve as examples of either one of those, and sometimes of a mixture of both of those. Really great people, as you know, can be sometimes capable of bad things. And on the other side, some really bad people are not completely bad. They can do some good things as well. So if you're looking for a topic, that might be one to consider writing an essay about. What do you think about human nature? What do you think about the fallibilities of human beings versus their higher, better qualities? I'd encourage you to think about people you've known in your own life who might exemplify some kind of extraordinary courage or bravery or moral excellence, examples maybe in your family. I hope you have parents that you admire for one reason or another. You might consider famous people in the wider world, in the modern world, who might be said to coincide or correspond to some of the great characters that you've read about in Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, or in Beowulf, or in some of the shorter, older English poems. The other thing is, the other topic is about men, women, and human frailty. It is the case that sometimes in this interaction, the interrelationship between men and women, that the best features of either men or women are brought out, or the worst features come out. So you might want to consider writing a paper, writing an essay that has to do with the differences and the similarities between the two genders, between men and women. Whatever you do, I'd like you to think hard and carefully and plan carefully before you write your essay. I'll tell you, it's a secret that I pass along to anybody who wants to know. If you want to really do well in writing an essay in an English class or in any other class, the most important thing you can do is write a really great first paragraph. And what makes a really great first paragraph is a bold opening sentence, a good overview of the ideas that you intend to cover in the essay, and then at the end of that paragraph, a really clear statement of what you hope to demonstrate, what you hope to prove, what idea you hope to support in the subsequent paragraphs of the essay. You can write a really lousy essay, but if it starts with a really great opening paragraph, it's very often the case that your reader will be fooled into thinking that the essay is better than it really is. Another couple of minor points of advice as you write an essay: make sure that the body paragraphs actually do support or follow the scheme that you've announced you're going to follow in the introductory paragraph. If it proves to be the case that in the writing of the essay you find yourself wandering into other territory, or pursuing another train of thought, or discovering some other ideas that you really want to talk about, no problem. Let that happen. But then go back and adjust the opening paragraph so that it really does reflect what's coming. An opening paragraph ought to be, in some respects, a kind of thumbnail of the rest of the essay, or a little sketch, a little summary, a little digest of the whole paper, at least in some way. Then finally there's the problem of conclusions. A really good essay has a concluding paragraph, and I'd say that while introductory paragraphs are difficult to write, concluding paragraphs are sometimes even harder. it's hard to know what to restate. You don't want to repeat yourself. You want to remind the reader of what ideas have been covered, or what discoveries have been made, or what things you've proven. But then if you do that too much verbatim, you'll just be repeating yourself and it won't add anything. So what I would say is to do in writing a conclusion is to think back over the major points that you've covered and find a way of restating one or the other of those points in a different way from a different perspective, and introduce some new thing which looks like fruitful ground for further exploration. Let me make myself more clear. You want to remind the reader that you've said a number of important things in the essay, but you want to also tie it off by saying something about what this might mean, what the implications of this might be for life in the world today, or for our understanding of the literature of the past, or for our view of members of the opposite sex. Something conclusive. Tie it off. End the thing with a bang. Don't just sort of stop writing. All right? So your essays will be very good. I am almost sure, if you follow this advice. And then as soon as I've graded those, I'll get them back to you. You'll get to see what you've done well, and if you've done anything that I didn't think was very effective, I'll let you know about that too. And then we'll move on to the last half of the course. This is happening pretty fast. It'll be over before we know it. Good luck.